Hi everybody, we're on learning packet number 2, day number 4, the second math page, which is all about mass. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. And we're going to be specifically focusing on the metric units of mass. Remember, metric units of mass are how people in pretty much every other country except for the United States measures mass. Here we use pounds, but everywhere else they use kilograms and they use grams. The reference box here shows you that 1 gram weighs about the same as a paperclip, and a kilogram weighs about the same as a hardcover textbook. So when you think about gram, think paperclip, and when you think about kilogram, think of a hardcover book. And our job is to choose the best unit of measure to measure each item. So we're going to start with a strawberry. Will a strawberry weigh as much as a hardcover textbook? No, right? So we're going to choose gram for our strawberry. What about the mass of a full suitcase? A suitcase that is full of clothes, like you're going on a trip somewhere. What would you choose? If you feel like you've got this and you want to pause me and answer all the questions and then come back to check your math, feel free. Since a full suitcase is carrying lots of stuff and clothing, we're going to say kilogram because it's going to weigh more than a hardcover book. It'll take several hardcover books to measure that. Number 3, the amount of matter in a bowling ball. If you have never been bowling, bowling balls are heavy. Those are some heavy pieces of equipment. And so we're going to say kilogram. Remember, things that don't weigh very much, gram. Things that weigh a lot, kilogram. The amount of matter in a push pin. If you're not sure what a push pin is, it's those little things that we use to stick stuff to the wall. They're those little pins that we use that look like this. They have a little top and then they come down and then they flare out a little bit like that. And then they have a point. And your teacher used them to stick stuff to the walls. I use them all the time. So a push pin, very small and not very heavy. Would you use a gram or kilogram for something that is not very heavy? Gram. The mass of an apple. What would you use? Does an apple weigh as much as a hard-bound textbook, like your reading book in class? Not really. So we're talking grams. It'll weigh many grams, but not enough to make a kilogram. All right, let's do some word problems. Juwan put some apples in a bowl. Each apple had a mass of 200 grams. The total mass of all of the apples was 800 grams. How many apples were in the bowl? All right, let's highlight information. We have each apple had a mass of 200 grams. The total mass of all the apples was 800 grams. How many apples were in the bowl? I'm going to go back over with my green, our keyword each. Since we have each, we know we're dealing with a multiplication or division problem. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my math mountain. Remembering that the top is where I put my total mass of all the apples. My groups, that's how many apples. And my square is going to be how much each apple weighed. So right here it says each apple had a mass of 200 grams. That's going to be here. Each apple was 200 grams. So that's going to go in that box right there. The total mass of all the apples was 800 grams. And totals go in the triangle at the top. All I need to do is to find out how many apples were in the bowl. And since I don't know how many apples there were, I'm going to put an A there. That's my variable. Done. Now, if I know the total and I'm missing a factor, do I multiply or do I divide? You divide. You know the big number. You're trying to find out one of the smaller numbers. So we're going to do 800 divided by 200 equals blank. And this is all in grams, so we're going to say grams. And I'll come back in and draw my division sign. All right. So 800 divided by 200. I want you to ignore the zeros first and just do 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, exactly. So if you had 800 divided by 200, we know it takes 4 2's to make 8. How many 200s to make 8? Now some kids are going to say, oh, I got this, Mrs. Knight. I'm going to put a 4 because 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then I'm going to take those 2 zeros and I'm going to drag them over. But I want you to look at that for a second really closely. And if you do that, what you're telling me is, if I write 200 400 times, I'm only going to have 800. Something's wrong here. This doesn't make sense. The reason why it doesn't make sense is because I don't need those zeros. These zeros and these zeros kind of cancel each other out. I'm just trying to find out how many 200s it takes to make 800. If I were to count by 200s, I would say 200, 400, 600, 800. Stop. Did it take me 400 200s to make 800? No, it did not. It took me 1, 2, 3, 4. It only took me 4 200s to make 800. There are not 400. Oh, this should be apples, not grams. There are not 400 apples in that bowl. There are 4 apples in that bowl. And hopefully you understand why. If I'm counting by 200, right here, 200, 400, 600, 800, it takes me 4 to get to 800. Just 4 is my answer. All right, on to number 7. The computer's mass was 5 grams, and the printer's mass was 2 grams. How much mass did they have in all? I'm going to focus on and in all. And the reason I'm going to focus on these two terms is because these two terms are showing me that I'm probably going to be adding. Not every time though. Sometimes it can be tricky. So finding keywords, you guys, is not the only thing you should ever look for, ever. You look for keywords and then you make sure you read the problem and understand what's going on. The computer's mass was 5 kilograms and the printer's mass was 2 kilograms. What am I doing with the printer and the computer? Well, I'm putting them together. I have some kilograms and then I'm just going to add some more kilograms. This is just a sum some more. How much mass did they have in all? Some more. So for this problem, we're just adding. We're going to take 5 kilograms for the computer, 2 kilograms for the printer. We're just going to add them together. The computer's mass was 5 kilograms and the printer's mass was 2 kilograms. How much mass did they have in all? Go ahead and answer that and make sure you write it in kilograms. All right, number 8. The moped weighed 15 kilograms while the bike weighed 3 kilograms. How much more mass did the moped have than the bike? Okay, key term, or in this case, key phrase. How much more? When you see these words together, you are trying to compare which one is more. And that is a subtraction key phrase, everybody. We are subtracting here. The moped was 15 kilograms and the bike was 3 kilograms. And we're trying to find what makes them different. And difference is a subtraction term. So we're going to subtract. We're going to do 15 minus 3 to find the answer here. And the reason why is because of the how much more. When you're trying to find out two things that weigh different amounts and which one weighs more or less, you're going to subtract to find the difference. I'm going to let you do the math on that on your own and make sure that you do it in kilograms. Number 9. Which object probably has more mass? A baseball or a golf ball? Explain. Okay. If you've never held a baseball or a golf ball, we're going to help you out here. Looking at them, a baseball is bigger and a golf ball is smaller. But a golf ball, just because it's smaller doesn't mean it's super light. But then again, neither is a baseball. If I were to look at both of those balls together, can I just judge which has more mass based on size alone? You can't do that, because some things that are big don't weigh very much at all, and some things that are small can weigh a lot. A golf ball's pretty heavy, but a baseball is also pretty heavy. And since they're both pretty heavy and a baseball's bigger, we're going to say that probably a baseball has more mass. So if you had already done this and you're checking your work, a baseball has more mass. They both are pretty heavy for balls, and the baseball is bigger. All right, hopefully that answered your questions. If you don't have, or if you have extra questions and you want to post them in Google Classroom, feel free. We're here to help. Talk to you later.